Hi guys, welcome back and thank you so much for being here. So this is going to be a decluttering series of 4 parts. This is part 1, episode 1. The first part we had to cut down into episodes just because there was so much footage, but I thought it was really critical for us to show the entirety of us decluttering. Maybe this could help somebody. I know at the beginning of us starting in 2014, it was very hard to find any kind of videos or books to help you through this part. So I want to be able to show like the whole entire process. We started in 2014 and we are still decluttering. It's just something that you don't stop. You accumulate things, you go through different seasons, your kids grow out of things, you grow out of things, you change your interest, and the list goes on of why you want to continue to declutter. Not being wasteful, but it's just the way that, we live as humans. We change our interest in everything. So that's okay to let it go. So in this video, I go ahead and declutter our 1-year-old and our 4-year-old's room. Our 4-year-old does help with the declutter. He really enjoys it and he's very inspiring on how easy he gets rid of things that he hasn't played with or things that he has no more interest in. So hopefully all of these videos combined can motivate you guys and inspire you guys to let go of some of those items just to make your day-to-day life or your experience of life better. And I know how hard it is at the beginning of your decluttering journey to keep motivated and keep pushing through all of those piles and all those decisions, but it's definitely worth it.
Welcome back.
Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're gonna declutter the entire house. We're gonna go ahead and start in our 4-year-old's room. So he just turned 4. But he gets rid of things pretty easily. So I'm excited to see how much he gets rid of. Fist bump?
This is my bed right here. This is my bed out there. My room is my closet's right there. My door is right there. My bed is right there. There's 2 windows.
Yeah. So we keep his room pretty simple. Just his bed, and then this is a shared room with our 1-year-old. All right, Nona.
Let's go. Come my room.
What are we gonna do in here?
Come here. Get rid of stuff.
Get rid of stuff? What kind of stuff?
This.
I'm gonna get rid of that.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
I'm gonna get rid of this one. This
Okay.
one. Oh.
All right, let's get started. You excited?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. I'm gonna get rid of the musty. Then get rid of this one. I'm gonna get rid of this
Not
one.
easy stuff, just yours.
Get this one.
Yeah,
And get rid of this.
just Nona stuff.
I want it.
All right, hold on, I'll help you, okay?
I'm gonna get rid of this. No, no. I'm gonna get rid of these.
All right, let's go ahead and take out all of your toys to your room. That way we have more space. Does that sound like a good idea?
I'm gonna put these on
Okay.
here.
Mommy's gonna go ahead and grab these.
Got this?
Yeah.
Get rid of this.
Nope, you get to choose. You wanna help me? What do you want to go through first? The big stuff or the Hot Wheels?
These.
Hot Wheels? Okay, good. Let's see what we got in here.
No, these.
All right, so this one's Ezzy's. These are Ezra's.
Those are mine.
These in here.
No, this one's mine. Too. This one's mine.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place.
So this is all of his Hot Wheels Wheels, you just rotate them. I don't mind him to have a collection as long as it's containable. But then we have these big trucks. We're gonna have to look at this, okay?
You know that this one does.
So if we keep them, they go in here, and then if we get rid of them, we can put them here, okay?
This one looks ugly.
You don't like that one?
Yeah, I don't want ugly. See?
This is business.
I
Alright.
don't put my. Ah, my toe.
Oh, you okay?
I
ready?
know what. This one.
You don't want that one?
And then
Okay, this one goes in here, okay, love?
it's messed up.
Can't recall the time and place on the midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old. Back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath the streetlight beam. As the world moves on, time sings. As the days move along, you can remember their song. I remember the days. Looking back, I can't see clearly how we had it made. And I remember every face. And when I think of them, it takes me to that time and place. As the world moves on, time sings a song. Don't cry, don't cry. As the days move along, you can remember.
How do you feel? What about this? You okay? You want that one? That one? Good choices. I like those. Now look at all that space you have.
I'm gonna put my
No.
in there.
Okay, so this is everything that he kept. So this is just full of Hot Wheels. Well, not all the way full. You did good. And then he has 2 of these that went to a Hot Wheel track that just kept coming apart. So he enjoyed these pieces. So we've had these for, I think, like a couple of years. And then he has a shark one. And he just slides the cars through, or sometimes he just carries it around. And then he has chosen his, so just that. That's amazing, no? Now you have clothes that make you happy, right? And this basket, oh my gosh, has everything that he got rid of. So I'll lay it out and you can see what he got rid of, but I'm surprised that he got rid of his construction trucks because he just had his birthday and we just purchased some, but that was our fault. We should have just gave him money and let him choose, but that's okay. Lessons learned. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put, oh, he already did it. High five.
Mom, I put my card right there.
You put them there?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, love. Good job. I'm gonna put them up here, okay?
No.
And then if you want to change them, just let me know. So now we're gonna go ahead and go through his little organizer. These are the cars, the 10 cars that he just kept. And then we're gonna tackle the book section. And then what he has on the sides. His birthday was just a few days ago, so I let them play with all the balloons. Okay, you ready? Okay. So mommy's gonna show you the books and you tell me if you want it or not, okay?
You can remember that song.
washed them this morning, and I've already put all of his clothes away that was in the dryer. So I am going to keep both of these. These are his pajamas that we kind of go to the most. And then this is his portion of clothes. I just find that it's way too many, and I know we're going to have to repurchase for him and also our 1-year-old. So I'm ready to like clear this out. They're not in bad condition or anything, but our kids are taller. My family is really tall, so they just grow really rapidly. So this happens more than probably it should, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of what is too small or what has like damage. Not much has damage. I usually treat them like right away, but I know we're going to get rid of a big portion. Are you ready? So this one is a good shirt that he wears often, but it does have a stain. So whenever they do have stains on them, I always fold them in half and place them on the hanger like this until I have a full load to be able to treat it. I don't like wasting like my time or a whole load of water on one item. So then whenever I'm ready to stain treat things, I just go to each closet and I make sure that there's no shirts like this. And whenever you put it together, you see that there is like a hanger that has no sleeve. So then I'll just go ahead and grab it and stain treat it. It works the best for me. So any shirts that have decals, I just make sure that there's no cracking or breaking on them. I don't dry any shirts like this. I usually just hang them, so I never really see any cracking. But usually they just grow out of it. This one looks pretty good. This one's going to be our new diaper bag shirt. I can just tell that it's kind of getting shorter compared to his other shirts. So I'm going to toss this one in the diaper bag. So I think he has a couple more wears in this, and then I'll pass this one down to my next son. But this one has started with our 10-year-old. And then our 7-year-old had it, and then now our 4-year-old. So it's still in great condition. So once I see that that's getting too small, I'm just going to put it on the other side. And then this one came from our 7-year-old recently, and it's still in great condition. So this will be his next size. And then we do have a couple cold days in Florida, and we do competitive soccer during the winter. So this one I like because it has a little foldable pouch, so it all fits within here. So I can just toss it in the diaper bag whenever it gets cold, and then if it's too cold for him, then we can just pop on a coat. So that goes here. So this is where we keep all of his soccer stuff, and he has cleats, shin guards, a pair of shorts, his jersey is in here, and that's all. So whenever he grows out of them, we'll just donate them and then select the next size up. But I keep all that on this side. This is kind of like rare occasions for the jackets, but then the soccer stuff here. This is all the clothes that he has. And then he has one pair of pants because it's rarely ever cold here. And if so, then we'll just grab a pair of sweatpants from the store. So this is what he has left. It's still quite a bit, but he's still at that age that he like will sit in the dirt and play. So I'm okay with this. And then this is what we have gotten rid of. And then I'm going to pair those shorts with, or this shirt with these shorts. And this is his new diaper bag outfit. So now I'm going to take all these off the hanger. Now I'm going to go ahead and work up here. So these are clothes to grow in. This is like the limited amount, and this is for like all the children. So if Benjamin needs to grow into something, which is our 7-year-old, I will also put it in here, or anything that is kind of close to wear. So this would be Noah's, which is
our 4-year-old, this is his next size up. So to me, logically, it makes no sense because I just purchased these last time for my son to throw them or get rid of them. So I don't mind putting a little stack there, but it's just what Noah would choose to wear. This is his underwear bin. So we just buy 1 pack of underwear, and then I buy a pack of socks, and then I will split it between my 1-year-old and him, but I also got rid of some of the new socks. I just find that if I'm not going to use them all, then I might as well get rid of them to somebody that can. So he has 2 pairs of socks and 1 pack of underwear. This is his gizmo watch. So like when we go to the zoo or anywhere that he could like walk off from, I like to keep this here because it also tracks them. And then over here was his toys. So like he has his Hot Wheels and his 2 Hot Wheels toys. So now I'm going to go ahead and go through this bin to see if there's anything, which I doubt there's going to be. So again, the shirts that I just got from our 7-year-old is here, and he only liked 4, I believe. Well, he liked 3, and then I liked 1 of the black tees. So that just goes with everything. So he has a paleontologist shirt, he has a lizard shirt, a gray shirt, and a black shirt. So that's all his hand-me-downs that we have. And then he has his little Colombian bracelet that his brother made him. And then we have these pajamas, which started with our 10-year-old. And our 10-year-old wore them every night. Well, all 3 of them. He rotated. But he wore them for the longest time until the zipper could not zip any longer. And then there's 2 more. So there's the Flash, which my husband watched the whole series of. There's the Minions. And then there's Batman. So we're going to let him also have the adventure of wearing that shirt. This is going to be his teeth jar, so it's like a little mason jar. I got a pack of 4, so we gave them to the kids for their teeth. Then in here, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this would be for our 1-year-old. So I'm thinking he could wear those now, so that's perfect. And then we have this shirt, which I fell in love with the shirt. We always have like 1 dressy shirt. This came from my 7-year-old, so it's still too big, but it will be his next size up. I just like that it's white. It has like little gray like lines throughout, but it has the wooden buttons. I don't know if it's going to focus, but it's got wooden buttons all the way down. And then this pretty cool print on the back. So I like this one. I'm going to keep that around until it gets ruined, but then I can let it go. But that's all I have in there. And then this is shoes. And our family is pretty funny when it comes to shoes. They typically wear Crocs like everywhere they go, but we do buy Nikes, just the white and black ones, the basic ones. So in here we have a pair of sandals. And these are the sandals that we always gravitate to. And it's nice because my other son has a pair of Birkenstocks, but these ones are from Gymboree, but they have a Velcro strap. And I really appreciate that because when you're walking with littles and you have to stop and like take their sandals off and stuff like that, it just makes it easier. So we have those. I have these, which this was a good purchase. It's just Adidas like sandals. They're for soccer, but my 7-year-old does not like sandals. They're a lot of effort. So that's okay. Keep those for him to see if he likes them. A pair of Vans from my 7-year-old. And he didn't wear them a lot, but I love Vans. So we'll see if I get use out of those. And then just a pair of basic Velcro strap Nikes. And the story behind these were we purchased the shoes and then my son had like a growing spurt. So it was out of his control. And now they're pretty new. So I didn't want to throw them away. But if my other son doesn't like them, so we're going to let him choose his clothes, then I will hand them down and they're pretty good condition. I just clean them up. So we have 1, 2, And these I could get rid of. I'll ask my husband because I don't know how much longer it's going to take them to grow into those, and I don't want the rubber to break down to where people can't use them. So we'll definitely revisit this bag. But the only one that I kind of don't want to get rid of would be these, but I can because they are pretty hard to get on and off. So we'll see what my husband thinks. But I'll be okay with getting rid of all of them. Just because whenever we go clothes shopping, we just buy one. So it's not expensive at all. So put this back in the sheet bag. Just find that it doesn't touch anything else. Shoes kind of freak me out a little bit. They're pretty dirty. So there's that. And most likely my husband's going to say get rid of these, which that's kind of what I'm thinking too, but I just don't know. That's like one of those financial things where it's like, I'm going to buy it, but I also don't want to store it because storing things is a waste of money too when other people can use it. So that's all we have. So these are kind of sentimental, and then the little dress shirt, which is his next size up, and then the shoes, which possibly are going to go, and then his next size up t-shirts and a bracelet. So not too bad. Definitely can get rid of about 50% of that. Just waiting for my husband to get off of work. And then in the back here, I keep like a little shower thing. I just purchased a pack of 3. So I put all the little shoes in here and any cords so they can't get a hold of them. I just don't like leaving them down. But I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. Declutter this. Those are my 1-year-old's Nikes. And then I think my son likes these. One day he forgot his Crocs at home, so we had to stop and grab a pair of shoes. But he thinks they're really fast. So I'm going to ask him about those. But if so, then that means he has 1 pair of tennis shoes, 1 pair of Crocs. And then my son's, my 1-year-old, his little Nikes. And the sandals down here. So, oh, this is my 3-year-old or 4-year-old. So, yeah, not bad. And I'm going to try those sandals on him when I ask him about his shoes. But we're going to get rid of these Nikes and these water shoes. But not too bad. And as they get older, they just have less clothing due to like stains or like growing out of them. So. And I use this as my boundary. So like this will be like coats and backpacks. This will be all of his shirts. So the max he can have is to here, and pajamas. And this will be shorts, but I typically like half of this. When it goes beyond half, I kind of like know that we have too many shorts, but that's okay. And then his diaper bag clothes, which is here, and his pajamas from the washer this morning. I'm going to take those back downstairs, but I just wanted to count these. Then we're going to move on over here. This is a Kumon backpack for the littles. He has a pouch too, so that's what he's currently using. But these are pricey to buy again, so we'll give him time. And then if not, our 1-year-old can use it when he signs up. He has 2 more years before he signs up, so I don't know what condition the plastic and stuff is going to be in, but hopefully it's good. It's easy to put this on their back and like spin them in. Okay, and then this is their swim bag. So this is shared, and I always put all of our swimming stuff in a backpack just so we can grab it and go. But in here we have our 4-year-old's water shoes. This is his current water shoes, but I'm going to get rid of these. And this is our 1-year-old's water shoes. So we have those. I'm going to get rid of those. And then put those back in here. Then in here we have a life jacket, which we've had since our 10-year-old. And then it's still in great condition. I find that if you keep them inside, the material don't break down like it would in the garage or like a shed. So I always keep them with our clothing. Oh, so it's got a lot of life in it. So I like this one. It doesn't come up to like their neck. It's really nice. Just got to cut a string off. But got the life jacket. And I'm going to be purchasing new ones because they're looking a little small. So this goes with, I think, these. I didn't purchase them together, but the shorts were too big at one time and the shirt was too small, but now it fits perfectly. This is our 1-year-old's outfits right here. And then our 4-year-old's towel. And this was, I believe, the newest one for our 4-year-old. But I think I'm going to keep this one, toss this one. And, oh, here it is. So it goes with this. I knew that one didn't match. So we have this little diaper thing that I use for my 1-year-old. This shirt went with this. And there, yeah, that's the problem. So like this shirt, it came on a hanger the same, but the shirt is too small and the pants are like just abnormally big for that age. So I wasn't able to use them together. But yeah, these are still okay. This is not. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. And then just a sun hat. And I like to dip this in water and then put it on their head sometimes when we're playing outside. So I'll keep this and I'll keep these. He doesn't always have to wear a shirt when we go to like the pool and stuff like that. So that's still functional. All right. And that's all that I have in there. So not too bad. So my one bathing suit together and then just a pair of swim trunks for our 4-year-old. I'll fold them later. And then this is for our 1-year-old. So we put this under his boxers. And then they have their life jacket. And then our 1-year-old, I just have a lime green towel downstairs that I have in my sewing bag. And that's the towel he uses. So not too bad. This goes in the diaper. So he is done. Did pretty good. I'm very proud of him. So this is all that we have left for our 4-year-old, which I'm surprised that he got rid of all of his constructions. And then he took his basket of cars. And this is our get rid of pile. So I'm very surprised that he chose all those by himself except for the clothes. But he really doesn't mind this clothes. And then these were my 1-year-old, so I'll put that in his pile. But thank goodness that's less stuff that I have to pick up. So now I'm going to go ahead and start on our 1-year-old side. It's just the opposite side of our 4-year-old. He doesn't have that much stuff, just the clothing, but he has outgrown a majority of that. So I'm going to get rid of. These are his pajamas that I washed this morning. I do my laundry early in the morning and then put it away before most of the kids get up. But these need to go back downstairs and dry. I just wanted to account for those. And then in this bin, it's just diapers. This bin is wipes and overflow of diapers. And then in this bin, which will be his underwear bin once he is potty trained, he has 1 pair of socks, a lotion bottle, and his gizmo. The lotion bottles always break, but I find that helpful. That way the kids can't keep pumping it if they get a hold of it. So I don't mind that. And then he has his clothing here. And then this is his like toy section. I know a majority of it's probably going to go. But let's see. Yeah, just probably keep the Hot Wheels, but most of it can go. And the fidget spinners, he loves fidget spinners. We do watch him because these can pop off. But whenever we're sitting with him, he likes to play with those. And then his brother got rid of the blocks, so I'm just going to put them here. This is going to go. This was a purchase for his birthday, but he never played with it. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to replace it with the blocks. We've had those for years, and we've also had the bumblebee for years. And then I'm going to go ahead and start getting rid of all of the toys that he doesn't play with. He loves this truck, and he also likes the Hot Wheels. So keep those, and we always get like the mini ones. They're all miniature. And his fidget spinners. So that was pretty easy. Down here is just bouncy balls and then a balloon from his birthday. He still plays with that. And then here, this will go into his memories. This was what we got him for his first birthday. Put that there. And then this also is a memory. He used to chew on that. So these are all books. And I've had these for years. So I don't see anything. Some of them are broke. I just gotta tape them. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those books. I don't mind for them to have. This is the limit though, for books. So now I'm done with all of his toys. It's easy. I'm keeping the bumblebee. It has new tattoos from this round. Now I'm going to go ahead and go through all of the clothing, and then he's done. It was pretty simple. I don't keep much anymore. This was his 1-year birthday outfit. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in his memory bin. This one I have to see on him because last time it was questionable. This time it might be too small, so we'll check that. And then these 3 shirts I don't grab, but now that I'm getting rid of a majority of his outfits until I can order them, which I'll do that today, I'm going to make sure he has enough just in case it takes longer to ship. I don't want him running around in the same t-shirts because it looks like he has 5. And then this is his Colombian jersey. And then he has 2 hoodies because in the winter it does get a little chilly, not cold. And then his Colombian sweater with his coat that matches his brother. But this one I think might be too small unless they're going to try that on. And then his backpack is empty. There's nothing in there. And then I know these ones are looking faded, so I want to replace that with something. And then these are almost too small. They still fit, but not the best. And then these ones aren't bad, but they're going too soon. And then these are losing color. These ones are nice. I like these. So I think I'm going to start gravitating towards this material, but I do know it fades, but these ones are fading pretty quickly. So that's not too bad for his shorts. And then this is what I'm going to go ahead and pass along to another child. So with these 2 needing to be tried on, I'm going to put those here. So I take care of that today. And then these go back downstairs to dry. This is what he has remaining for clothing, which I'm going to order probably a whole new wardrobe for him because we just get 7 outfits. Typically we get 7 shorts, 14 shirts, and then it does us for the longest times. So that's probably what I'm going to go with again. And then pajamas, I'll probably replace these 2 just because they're getting pretty snug. But I will definitely just get 1 set of pajamas instead of getting 2 different sets. So this is a set and this is a set. So I just think that maybe 4 sets might be too much.
As the days move along, you can remember this song.
So this is everything that we got rid of for our 1-year-old, which isn't too bad. And then I'm going to add a few more once I replace those. This I'm going to put in his sentimental. And then I'm hardly going to put these as well, just because he never plays with them. So put that there. And then try these on him soon, probably after nap time. But that's not too bad. So this is what he has remaining after decluttering, which isn't too bad. And then I'll put this in his memory box. And that was his get rid ofs. So I'm really happy because we got rid of this many pieces of clothing. So get rid of the hangers also, as I have some downstairs, but I just don't want to collect empty hangers for any reason. So again, that needs to be dried. But then this is the closet. So in our next video, we're actually going to do our 7-year-old, our 10-year-old, and our 16-year-old's room. Our 7-year-old, I still kind of like guide, but after going through this declutter with him, I believe that he's able to do this alone. Our 10-year-old, he also is able to do this alone, and our 16-year-old does this alone, typically. So this isn't anything new for them. They've kind of done this for years, so it's a lot faster and easier to make decisions, but I feel like this was great practice for their decision making and, you know, not getting overwhelmed by having to make so many decisions in like a short amount of time, but like they were able to, you know, start out little with like a couple of toys here and there, because that's kind of where I began. And then now we're able to tackle our whole home in a day. So I think this is gonna like, you know, go over into their adulthood. And so they're able to tackle bigger projects in a shorter amount of time. So they're able to do whatever they want to do. So I think it's a benefit. I definitely do. And they're able to build confidence in making their own decisions of their own items. And if they make an error or a mistake, it's no big deal at this age and this stage, because they're always growing. So they're always having to get new things anyway. So I think this is definitely the time to like introduce minimalism, because as an adult, if you're going through it, you already know like the attachment, the financial burden, like all these things that run through your head at the beginning. So I'm just very proud of my kids, and I'm very thankful that we have been able to teach this to them. And I think it just allows them to be who they genuinely want to be. So hopefully we can help other people out there on their journey, because I definitely could have used some help back then. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Bye.